Hello, you are watching Trends. Today I'm with Jessie States, Vice President, MPI Consulting. We're at IT&CMA and CTW 2025 in Bangkok, and you are watching Trends. Jessie, can you tell us about MPI, how many members you have, and your goals and role?
Yes, so Meeting Professionals International is the largest global association for people who plan meetings and events and the ecosystem that supports meetings and events. So we've got about 6,500 meeting planners, organizers as part of our community. And in addition to that, the rest of our members, we have about 13,000 total, are the ecosystem that supports meetings. So hotels, destinations, audiovisual companies, that entire ecosystem of support. We can't host a meeting without our partners, and so we that comprises our community.
And what role do you play?
Up until very recently, I was the VP of the MPI Academy, which presents all of the education and professional development for our community members, which is everything from a 30-minute webinar to a 3-day event, just all of the education that MPI does. And most recently, I moved over into a new role with a new business unit called MPI Consulting, where we provide consulting services for our industry. We like to think of MPI as the community home for people in the meetings and events in the business event industry. We're family, and whenever we bring everybody together, that's what it is. We're a big family reunion.
So is it an education-driven community?
Yes, our top goal at MPI is professional development for our space. It's the success of our sector, and that includes professional development in terms of training, skill-based training, but also for advocacy for our industry.
So professionals could be qualified by taking an MPI course?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a designation that MPI has. It's the CMM Certificate in Meeting Management. It is the step above what many know as the CMP, which is
we had CMP in Thailand.
Oh, perfect.
Where the Convention Bureau introduced CMP, a lovely lady, and she was read the books, read the books.
Yes.
And so we got these huge books. I did the boot camp.
Yes.
And then I thought, oh my gosh, I'll never pass this. And at my age, I gave up. But surprisingly, quite a few people did get CMP qualification. So the next level up is then the...
Yes, it's the business version. So CMP is, do we have the critical skills necessary to host an incredible, meaningful experience? We prove it by taking this test. The next level of education is understanding the business behind meetings and events and how they can drive growth for organizations and businesses. So it's almost our industry's business degree.
Where's your community based out of?
We are based in the U.S., in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
But our members are global, truly global. We've got chapters all over the world. Our largest expanding market right now is in LATAM.
Wow.
But we also have a great community here in Asia. We have a chapter in Japan. So we're really all over.
And within MPI Dialogue, does sustainability come center stage?
Absolutely. It's so critical for our industry to address the opportunity to reduce the amount of waste associated with meetings and events, and also to understand better the footprint, the environmental footprint that is oftentimes negative associated with bringing people together. But there are opportunities for us to have great improvements there. MPI specifically is working right now with the World Wildlife Fund on a food waste prevention initiative.
Joanne Dennison, if you're looking at this,
I love Joanne.
Sorry I forgot your name, but we are reading the books. So I went to a boot camp, and it was Joanne
She's
who
wonderful.
led this. And I actually learned a lot. I'm an oldie, and some of the information, just the basics of calling it a lectern or a podium, and if we are all clued into the industry lingo, it helps a lot on the planning.
If everybody in our industry talks with the same words, then we're going to understand each other so much better.
And it's great with what you're doing for the industry, and particularly for the newcomers in the industry, to give the accreditation, which helps their career advancement, and just from those books as a reference. I wish I'd had them 30 years earlier.
I know, they're wonderful. They really are. The industry glossary,
Yeah.
everyone should have that.
When did MPI start?
52 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
We just celebrated our 50, I think it was 2 years ago. If my CEO is watching this, if it's 53, I'm sorry.
We spoke about sustainability. What are the biggest opportunities for innovation in the business events industry over the next 5 years?
I think that the easy answer to that is technology, because we're all always talking about that, particularly with the onset of artificial intelligence and how much that is going to change the actual day-to-day job of being a meeting professional. But I always come back to an old story. And that is 15 years ago, we were doing a lot of research around what does the future of meetings look like? And the first part of that research, we went out and we asked meeting planners, what's the future of meetings look like? They were like, technology is the future. And we're like, yes, okay. And then we went out and asked other sectors what the future of meetings looked like. Automotive, education, other industries. And the answers came back, and it was people. The future of meetings is about people. And I think that still resonates with me, because we can get lost in all of the technology tools that are out there. But if we keep our focus on the fact that meetings are about us connecting with someone else in a meaningful way,
Yes.
then we can use tech tools to help us do that. But the focus has to always be on people.
Post-lockdown, have you seen a trend where hybrid meetings have become more popular? Because at one point it was purely virtual when we had the pandemic and the lockdown. And then we moved from virtual back to in-person, thankfully, as we're doing now, and we seem to have got over that. Is hybrid still popular, where it's a blend of online and in-person?
Hybrid has a purpose. When it's used well, it can connect global audiences that can't have access to the in-person experience. But I think a lot of times we use the word hybrid when we actually mean streaming. And so hybrid is when the digital audience and the in-person audience have the same experience together.
Yes.
Or at least an equivalent experience.
Correct, yeah.
A streamed environment is much different. It's just you broadcasting out. Maybe they're chatting. They have the opportunity to connect digitally. But a hybrid is truly that, that equivalent experience where the digital audience is connecting directly with the in-person. And we're just not seeing that happen as much as we had thought. I mean, there was a time when we were thinking hybrid's the future. There's never going to be an in-person meeting again that doesn't have some kind of a digital component to it. And that is so far from the case. What I bring it back to is this. Our events, when we're hosting an event in person, should accomplish something that is impossible to do in a digital environment. Because if you can do something digitally, you should. But if we're designing experiences where people are having meaningful connections with each other one-on-one in person, then that should be something that cannot be translated into a digital environment equivalently.
Fantastic. What advice would you give to emerging leaders in the meetings industry who want to future-proof their careers? Now, I'm going to also mention that I attended the meeting show in Singapore earlier this year, and they had some Gen Zs talking about how they want to build a career in the events industry. But from their perspective, they were saying they want to work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And I thought, are they on another planet? But then they also said the older generation don't know how to time manage. But how can you integrate a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday schedule with the world of business events? Or am I missing the plot?
I don't think that you can, because so many of our events are actually held over
weekends and
yes, exactly. But I think that we as an industry need to do a much better job advocating for why this career is amazing.
That's it, yes.
We talk about how stressful it is. We work 12 hours a day. We are not doing a great job of branding, working as a career in meetings in a positive light. But if we sell it as this incredible opportunity to bring global communities together, to travel the world, to experience things that you could never experience in any other career. We're going to do a much better job of sharing how there may be some sacrifices in there, but that the career itself is worth it, far more than it's not.
My final question is, when I see MPI, and from my engagement in the past, it's an accreditation that if I get the pass on the examination and I get the CMP.
Yes, that's the EIC's.
I could put that after my name,
yeah.
And then I'm welcomed into the community. But is there a membership module where people can join MPI in some form of a member and get benefit from news, industry updates, education?
Yes, so you don't have to be a CMP to be a member of our community.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we are the community for anyone in our industry, regardless of whether you have a certification or not.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes, but we do have an emerging meeting professional certificate.
Great.
That for those who are not quite ready in their careers to take the test, they may be new in the industry, but they want employers to know that they get it. And so there are more entry-level opportunities, but you don't have to have any designation to be part of our community. You just have to love events.
Fantastic. Jessie, next time you meet Joanne Dennison, can you tell her I'm still reading the books? I
promise you that I will tell her that, and she will love it.
Thank you so much for meeting with us today, Jessie, at the Trends Pop-Up Studio at IT&CMA CTW 2025. And I wish you a great trade show that's left with MPI here today. Thank you.
Thank you.